was a little bittersweet leaving Ouray. We love the small town for the slower pace and the connection to the mountains, but always feel like we could use a few more days. It was the perfect place to go after the busy, high-energy GoPro Mountain Games. But Moab is calling, and it's time to go! Alright, so we are taking the back way to Moab from Ouray. It takes you through the mountains and is about 3 hours, versus if we went around, it would take us, I think, 4 to 4.5 hours through Grand Junction and around. So this way is a lot more fun. It is a lot more scenic, and we're really enjoying this road. Pretty cool to be coming back here again. Glad we are not trailing a trailer this time, I will say that.
Yeah, that's nice.
At least it's a little less stress as to how the road conditions are and whether or not we'll be able to pull it up the pass. Taking the 4Runner with the little trailer, even if it was with the little trailer, it was a rough road to get up because it's just a little bit steep. Getting into Moab, we decided to buy food from the supermarket and bring it into the hotel for dinner. Our go-to travel meal is fried chicken with rice and corn. It's nice to have an easily found option for travel days that we know the girls will eat. We are currently in the picky eater phase of life, and this has worked well for us during our travels. Traveling as your family, this is definitely the way to go in order to decrease costs.
If you want to put your
And with young kids that don't want to always go to the restaurant, this is the best way to do it. From there, we decided to have an easy afternoon at the pool to get settled in. The hotel is an incredible pool area with 2 pools, a splash pad, and 4 hot tubs. The girls were psyched, and we made good use of the pools each day. Wow, we are in Moab, Utah, and we are hanging out in the Jeep. We got a Jeep from Twisted Jeep Rentals for 2 days here. We're gonna go out and just explore the area, have fun, do some easier stuff. We're doing the Sherpa Switchbacks and Potash Road, which will be awesome, and a great introduction for the girls into what being off-road in Moab is like. We do have this again tomorrow, so maybe we'll do fins and things tomorrow. I think that might be the plan. But for right now, we are enjoying the views and taking it all in because this is a whole different environment than being in Ouray. What are you two doing? Veggie sauce snacking? When you open the book and it goes right to what page you need.
That's where I fell. Look at that.
Time for some potash and Sherpa Switchbacks.
Look, that's where I took the...
Coming into Canyonlands National Park, we stopped at the Island in the Sky Visitor Center, which was crazy busy. There were pit toilets on the side of the building, a small store, and rangers who could answer questions about the parks and trails. We wanted to double check our route and get information on the trail conditions, as well as get the girls' junior ranger books, so we could fill them out along the way. At most of the national parks, you can actually go and look for the junior ranger badges and the books. So this is our first time with the girls doing the junior ranger program here, and we're doing this in Canyonlands first. So we have the book, and you have to go on different adventures. You have to look for different things, and I believe their level we have to do 4 pages to get our little badge. So we're going to work on this while we're on the Sherpa Trail here, and whenever we stop, we can figure out what we got to do. Girls are going to have fun exploring it in the meantime while we go down the road. And then there is a few different stations you can go to. You can go to the visitor centers in the national parks, and we just found out that we can actually go over to the visitor center in Moab, and they have the badges there as well. So we'll work on the books, and hopefully we can go over to the visitor center later today to collect our badge. Across from the visitor center is an open area that leads out to the cliff edge, which provides a great viewpoint of the Sherpa Switchbacks. Be careful on the edge, but it is a great place for kids to explore the rocks and get some wiggles out. All right, here we are on the Sherpa Trail. As you can see, we're heading down the switchbacks here in just a minute. We have the roof off and we are enjoying the ride down. It is a beautiful view, and these switchbacks here go right on down into the valley. That's where we're headed. Look up, Ray. Ray, look up. So if you're wondering why this is a difficult trail, it's really when you go to pass traffic. If you have someone coming up while you are going down, it's very difficult to do. You have to make sure you're finding a part of the road where there's enough room for both of you to go. Usually that's in one of the corners. It makes it a little bit easier for one person to kind of go out and sit in the corner while the other person comes and scooches through. It could be another part of the road as well, as you can see. Elenko is an amazing driver, and we've been down these roads so many times that it doesn't really scare us anymore. The girls, on the other hand, definitely feel it when we were on the edge, so the tablets were a nice distraction. One time in Ouray, we were checking out a trail that we knew dead-ended, but we didn't know quite where. When we got to that point, there was no way to turn around, so Elenko had to back half a mile out on a very narrow road while I gave directions and kept watch by foot. I feel like after some of these sticky situations, we feel more confident, and when we don't feel confident, we know to stop and reassess.
If you're wondering what some of the bathrooms are like in the backcountry here, they actually do a pretty good job of placing these little outhouse potties throughout, just so that way people aren't using the potties elsewhere, and keeping the environment more clean. But they are just little pit toilets that are usually out here. Sometimes they have toilet paper, sometimes not. This one doesn't. So bring your own toilet paper and enjoy the view. Something to note with this is if you are in certain areas, especially out in the desert, you really want to be checking the weather for the surrounding areas as well, because the water goes far distances. And so you never know if your area is going to get flooded out from a storm that was farther away. We had to do this when we were in Zion a lot, when we were doing the back canyons, because you have to see if the water's going to be coming rushing in at any point. So check in at the visitor centers. They will give you the most updated information usually, but keep an eye on it. We had the rain yesterday, and that's why it's wet today. Thankfully, it is clear skies today, and clear blue skies, which is great for having the roads be nice and dry, but it is also super hot. Lunchtime on the trail. We made some sandwiches. Girls have some yogurt tubes, and we are continuing on down the road here. Salt. They have all these little ponds here in order to create it. that she fall asleep when we are jostling this much.
When
She's
we're-
tired.
when
Show
we're
us your
just
picture.
After being on the trail for a couple hours, the feeling of being on paved road is absolutely incredible. The trail always starts out so exciting and new, but by the end, it's nice to be back on the smooth roads. We did this trail in the morning and got back to the hotel by midday.
Back again. We are back. So your friends. Sorry. So we are now headed over to the hotel, and we're on the right side here. So it's gonna be a quick, easy pull through to the hotel.
Since we were able to get back to the hotel early enough, we decided to go into Arches National Park and try and get some family photos. 6 years ago, Anliko and I took pictures here and hung one of the photos in our dining room at home. The night was clear, the lighting at sunset is gorgeous, so we want to recapture the image with our adventure buddies.
All right, so here it is, the beautiful white dress in the beautiful location. We found it, made it just before sunset, sorry. It was literally a sprint to make it here, get the photos, but I think we got over 1,200 photos. Quickly, going back and forth. The girls look so stinking cute in their outfits. This is gonna turn out so good. We can't wait to hang them up in their house.
Now we got a lifetime of running on this.
The pictures in Arches turned out to be better than we could have ever imagined and are such a special memory to capture with the girls. Check out our Instagram at Loma Family Wanderings to see how the final pictures turned out.
We came into Arches Park right before sunset, so around 7 o'clock on a Saturday even, and it was pretty empty. We didn't even have to go stop at the guard station. It was great. They were closed up for the day. So I know it is timed entry in a lot of cases. Certain times, I think it was 7 in the morning until 4 p.m. or something like that. We didn't do a time entry. We're hoping to make it to the guard station before they open tomorrow, and we did it after they had already closed, or / after they had already stopped doing their timed entries. Ooh. So, Riley, honey, that's dangerous. Come on up. Danger. This is the first time the girls have really gotten a chance to really stand and explore, especially since yesterday we went to bed a little bit earlier. They were both exhausted, so we're actually here when it's sunset and you don't have as much of that light and that heat. So they have their little shoes off, and they're exploring all the rock and having a blast. Hi, Hayden. Just because she did it doesn't mean you should. You're gonna slide. It's not gonna feel good. And of course, with all the exploring comes a lot of, boundary setting. Good job. Hayden, what do you think of the park? Is it pretty? The most prettiest view ever? I agree. I do agree.
Towards the end, Rye had used the potty, which was easy enough since we had the portable car potty. This is probably the most useful item we brought on this trip. Rye has had some of the most scenic bathroom experiences she's ever had.
Right.
Our first full day in Moab was filled with adventure and magic. We were able to use the girls into off-roading on the red rocks by doing the Sherpa switchbacks and Potash Road, and we were able to recreate our old picture with our favorite adventure buddies. This is just the start to our time here. In the next video, we take the Jeep back on the dirt trails and onto the slick rock, check out our favorite desert cool-down spot, and hike to some arches in the national park. Thanks for watching our video from our first day in Moab. Comment, like, and subscribe to follow along in our adventures.